Morning, everybody. Before I get on to it, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Well, it's day 3 of the challenge, and here's a photo of what I just made. Here's breakfast. I have more of that cranberry sage sausage. I have some more pickled bracken fern. I have some of the sumac gruel. Some of the berry gruel. Some cranberry sauce that I added maple syrup to. And unrefrigerated Zookles. Okay, I just made, just now, some more gruel for next few days for breakfast. And this is a partridge berry gruel. This has some frozen and dried partridge berries. So that's for later in time. And right now, I'm going to get ready to make another dish of a stew kind of thing, another one. But this one has a little bit more fish kind of point with it. It's a little hot. So in this pot, I got some boiling water that I heated up. And I'm going to add some fish in it. This right here is a perch that I caught and froze with some roe. I'm going to add that in. And then this is some more perch roe in this bag. Add that. And then in this bag, got a perch and a chub right here. The chub's a little bit bigger. Add that in. Then I have already prepped some chopped up garlic. And I'm going to use some land shrimp for this. Some I boiled, blanched them. Land shrimp is actually an insect that you can just find in your wood pile. So I collected some. Unknown animal crackling, European green crab meat that I picked. And that was frozen too. You're going to need some evening primrose. Some Indian cucumber. These were frozen. More wild carrots. Some cattail pollen heads. And chanterelles. So that's what's going to be put into this dish. I'm going to add some water into this. I'm going to add the garlic in. Cattail pollen flower heads. Throw that in. I'm going to throw the crab meat. That's a good amount of crab meat. Throw that in. Let that heat up. I'm going to throw the land shrimp in too. It actually smells like shrimp. So that's a dusting. That's a flavor. And then the root vegetables, more of the hearty stuff, like evening primrose. I'm going to add that in. Goes up. And the carrots I'm going to add in this minute too. I'm going to let this warm up, cook for a little bit. The Indian cucumber. The chanterelles. And the mystery cracklings. Well, it's time to get the fish off and let it cool. Now, you're going to add the broth from the fish to your veggies. It's now back up to boiling. Now you want to take the lid off and leave the lid off. Let it boil down just a little bit, and then add the rest of the fish. Took off a few pieces off the chub, and it just peels off. Nice big chunks, a couple of bones. Then here's the perch. The larger perch. Head fell off during cooking. Okay, here's a photo of what I just took of picking the fish off. Well, in the bottom right, that's the roe, and you can see good, nice fillets actually came off. Yeah, nice big fillet. This is the large perch. I'm gonna just add that in like that. Add it right in. Even the roe. At this point, you want to turn off the heat. And then this is the point when you want to add your seasoning. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt. So about a teaspoon of pepper. Mix that in. Let it cool. And store it for later. I'll have this for dinner tonight. Now I'm making some little nut seed kind of meal thing. So I ground up some pumpkin seeds. These are the pumpkin seeds from the pumpkin that you saw before. Just ground right up, like ground, not like ground and where they're chopped up, more of smashed up. Because you add it to a container like this, and then add water. You have added the water, stir it around a little, and give it a few seconds. This is called the floating test. So here's a close-up of a photo of what is actually happening. Okay, in the top of the photo, the shells from the pumpkin seeds are floating. And at the bottom that you can see, that's all the nut meat down there. So, I grabbed this bowl. You want to take a spoon with a big nice ladle spoon with holes in it. And just scoop out the shells. With the shells that you have taken off, you can throw that in the compost. Now, you take the container, and all the nut meat is right on the bottom. So you want to pour off what shells are left at the top. But be gentle, just in case you pour off any of the nut meat. So when you poured off about half of the liquid, take a strainer and dump it right in. And what you got here is mostly nut meat. So take that, add that to there. You want to add maybe a few nuts to it. So I have some beaked hazelnuts and hickory nuts. Just a few, give it a little crunch. Mix that in. And for a little bit of a sweetener to put in this, add a little bit of organic sugar. That's fantastic. Well, it's time for dinner, and here's a photo I just made. Okay, remember the stew I made earlier? Well, I added a little bit of red pepper flakes and some garlic powder into it. And the pickled fill heads, the rest of them in the jar. Then I got some more of the cranberry sauce and the partridge berry gruel. So I'm going to eat this and enjoy it. So remember, get outside, get fresh air, and have fun. See you next time.